Well, hello everyone. Welcome. It's Tuesday. You know, good old Tuesday. Welcome to the Dargox stream. I set out a poll, and today we're gonna do some Roll20. Yeah, we're gonna try to do a whole adventure in about 2.5 hours. Let's see if we can do it. I bet we can. I've been doing it a while, so I should be able to at least put something together. Um, so welcome to everyone. I have to say thank you to um, Amber Dragomeyer, who followed while I was away, and thank you for that. Um, you'll notice today I'm not fluffy, because that's going to be a Friday thing. So, basically, my new schedule is going to be Tuesdays at 7 and Fridays at 7, roughly. We might start a little earlier, we might start a little later, but we'll try. We'll try to keep it to 7. Usually it's about 7 to 9, depending. And that'll kind of be the gist of where we're going. Friday will be a fluffy day, and we've been doing Banjo Tooie, so we'll probably stick with that for a while, unless we decide to move it to Tuesday. And obviously the little bouncing icon that you have in front of you is temporary until we work something out that's a little bit more permanent. But until then, we have bouncing muscly no, deboof no, and it's me, Argok. So anyway, today we're gonna work on Roll20, and if you guys haven't seen this before, it's a tabletop program that allows you to run your D&D games or any game you want, any role-playing game. Today I'm gonna work on a D&D one, just because it's a little more common, and I think that people will understand. People understand D&D, but you can also do things like Call of Cthulhu, or things like Shadowrun, Cyberpunk. Actually, if you look at their store, I started out here because I might as well. I use them so much, and I obviously do have a pro membership because I use them so much, and I have D&D things. But this is their page if you want to buy things. You can buy things, or you don't have to buy anything. Today we probably won't use anything we have to buy. We'll do a free throw, all free, all the time. But they got lots of stuff. All these games, you can play them. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I could be. I'd love it. Roll20, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs on Twitter. You know where I am. You know where to find me. You know, hit me up for a date one time, so we're cool. It was good. They bought me dinner. It was very nice of them. Anyway, so this is Roll20. This is their marketplace. There are a few different things to go and see. Obviously, there are games, tools, and the community. If you're looking to find a game or to play a role-playing game and you don't have a group, you can play online with the people. I suggest using a Discord or some type of other kind of way to get in contact with the people, but you can do it over Roll20. It does allow it, but Discord's a little bit smoother, as much as that sounds. That's under the community tab. You can go here under the community, and you can look at all the places, the forums, I believe, or the where you can post things. This stream might be hopefully good. It might be a little laggy though, as it's doing the Roll20 and the streaming and everything, and sometimes Roll20 is very aggressive. Anyway, we'll hope that it works. If it doesn't, then we'll know for later. So, that's the community place. But most importantly, you want to play games. You want to do games. And this is where you join a game. If you were to look for someone, you can go and you can join a game, and you can look at what you want to play and see if there are places that are open, and you can join them. So if you're looking to play a game with random people, or with people that you know, you can use this. It's actually very helpful. There's games that are going on all the time, and it tells you they're picking up. Some of them are pay to play. Some DMs are professionals. What can you say? There's professional streamers, there's professional DMs. Let them make their money. If you're not interested in paying, don't pay. Usually they're put together, they're running a module, kind of like at a game store. But not always, they're not always better. Sometimes you get the experience without it. Anyway, I'm not really trying to just advertise Roll20. I'm just giving you a basic overview of all the things you can do while you're here. And here's one, a Harry Potter RPG looking for a GM. So if anybody runs the Harry Potter RPG, here you go. Here's a whole party, apparently. Oh, it's currently one player, so it's not really a whole party. So anyway, you can see, how your people are, things and stuff, and what people want to do. So there's all these things. It's great. You can do all these things. You can invite people. You can meet a lot of people. I've met a few people on here that are very nice, and we've played some games, and they're actually very fun. One of my games actually is actually more of a group rather than a game. There are a few groups, although they've kind of, with Discord, kind of gone out of the way. And now it's mostly Discord groups. But you can find them here. Anyway, let's go to the home. My home. Here are my games that I'm running right now. Or games I'm invited to. These are all the games that I have. Obviously, I have my main running D&D campaign, The Sins of Others. That's the one I run. And I might show you it later. Get a little sneak peek, of what the Knoll does with his D&D. But to be honest, that's not as very exciting, what I'm doing. What we're going to do is we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to see if I can make an adventure that could use a whole session. Now, my sessions usually go somewhere between 3 to 4 hours long. So, usually, if I plan it right, that's about how long they take. Obviously, the way D&D goes, for those of you who've played, you know that things can stretch or go really fast if they decide to not fight the battle. Usually I find a very safe place to be is about one battle and a casual encounter are usually enough to fill that 4 hours. If you are going to also entertain them with dialogue or sweet Argok voices or things like that. So my goal here will probably be 2 to 3 maps and maybe 2 encounters. So let's see if we can do that in this period of time. It's actually not super hard to do, but I'm going to show you a few of the tools that I use that are kind of fun, and maybe we'll make it a little bit more exciting. You can always hand draw. The good thing about Roll20 is you can always do things on the fly. However, I found that if you set it up ahead of time, it tends to work a little better, and people get a little bit more engaged and are a little bit more excited. I'm not going to work on tokens and things like that for players, but I will, show you maybe the token thing that I use for my stuff, that I use for like my creatures and my stuff, the Argok stuff. And I'm doing a lot of gestation with my hands. I'm very moving my hands, but I'm not in the big fluffy head, so I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it because it's very weird to do the whole shtick without, the big fluffy. But we're here, and we're doing it. And I can do things like this, where I read, and I do things that need a little bit more control without the big fluffy on. So that's what Tuesday will be. Tuesday will be the things that are maybe a little bit more difficult to do with big fluffy boy on, and instead things that are a little bit more finicky and persnickety. So we're gonna start a new game. I have an account that allows me to start as many as I want, I think, but I'm not 100% sure how many you can actually have. As you can see, I'm very old. I've been around for a very long time. I haven't actually played a lot of hours, though, compared to how long I've been here. And, 2014, we're going on almost 10 years on the Roll20. But the campaign has not gone this long. I took a few years off and didn't do much. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start a new game, because we're going to see if I can do a starting game in 2 hours. So you're a brand new DM, which I do not suggest, by the way, being a brand new DM and not starting until 2 hours before your session. But you could. Let's see if we can do it. I bet we can. So let's start a new game. Now, are we gonna start? This might attack my computer. Okay, so now we need to decide what our game is called. I don't know. This is just Argok Stream, so I think we'll just call it Argok Stream Game. That's what we'll do. Maybe once we do a little bit more, we'll get a little bit more excited about what's going on, and then we'll be able to, get a better title for it. But for now, let's call it Argok Stream Game. Do we have any tags? We might. Knowles? Is Knowles a tag? Nope. Knowles is not a tag. Much like Wizards forgets us, so does Roll20. But, things I believe maybe we can receive some suggestions. No. Nope. Oh, horror. Okay, horror is a tag. So let's just add horror, because I'm a big fan of the gothic horror. Now, the other thing you want to do when you create a game that's important in Roll20 is you usually want to create a character sheet. The character sheet lets characters come in and build their own, characters. A lot of them are pre-built. D&D, obviously, one of the largest role-playing games, is obviously one of the most supported. So they actually have a lot of different types of character sheets you can do. Obviously, 7th edition Call of Cthulhu is my absolute favorite one, because even though I'm a Gnoll and from D&D, the Eldritch Horrors are my jam. And you know that the Gnolls were written way before the Eldritch Horrors. Well, not way before, but anyway, stay tuned for the Gnoll video, where I talk about the history of Gnolls and why we deserve to be a playable race in D&D. We'll do that video. It'll be fun, I promise. It'll be great. However, we're gonna go down to Dungeons and Dragons, which this one. So this is the Dungeons and Dragons by Roll20. I suggest if Roll20 has a character sheet, you use theirs. Independent ones are fine. They're really great. Some creators do a lot of great stuff, and they might be way better. But I've found that the ones that are made by Roll20 work better with the program and allow you to click on the sheet and then interact with the particular things. So I always suggest the Roll20 sheet, if it has one. Now, not all games have them. Some don't. Some are not made by Roll20 or not put together by Roll20. And then just use what you got. You can also just use a normal sheet that you have in paper in front of you. It's actually just fine. I suggest that you do whatever makes you happy. And your playgroup has to do it. Anyway, more of the story is, we've got this. And now we're going to create a game. So now we're going to be ready. Okay, I don't have any picture to drop in here. Maybe I'll get one later. But right now, this is the Argyle Extreme game. Hooray! We've already started. We're doing great. Now, we just have to think of a whole plot line and a whole world that we can expose our players to and allow them to have a great time for 4 hours of their day, and they continue to play D&D with you and don't leave you. No, it's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We can do this. So, you can launch the game first. The other thing you can do is you can pick the game you're going to play. We're going to play D&D. Now, I am pretty confident that I'll be able to do this challenge. So I'm going to fart around in this for a bit. We're going to play D&D 5th edition here. I started back in 3.5. 3.5 was great to the Gnolls. If you checked my Twitter, I promise you, there was a Flind playable race. It was pretty good. I suggest it. The other thing you can do is you can add different add-ons that you've purchased or things that you've maybe obtained. So if I wanted to, I could add on some of these things that are in here. So things that I've gotten over my period of time here is I've gotten some map packs, I've got some Kobold Press Chronicle stuff, I've got some things. So I could add one, and I'll show you what it is. I'll add this Roll20 Pro Pack. Maybe we'll find a good map in there that we like. I don't know that we will, but maybe we will. So we're going to add it. It's in. Okay, it's in the game. Hooray, we're there. Stream over, guys. I did it. No, we're going to do our own. And you can post topics, and then you can invite your characters, your players. If you know what they are, you can go in here. They have to make an account on Roll20. It's free. It is free to play. And it's free to DM, too. You don't need to have a pro subscription to DM. It just lets you have a few different perks. So, the other thing you're going to want to do, and I'm going to do it here because I have them, and it makes it easier for me, especially for the stream. And if you're a DM who has played and has some assets on Roll20, this actually is a great help. And let's go into settings. And if you go into the game settings, now what you can do is you can pick certain things. You can pick backgrounds and all that stuff. That's great. The character sheet template, if you were to want to change it, you could change your character sheet template here. We're just going to keep it the same. Sometimes if you get too wacky, it gets a little weird, and it doesn't like it. You have to be careful with Roll20. It is almost 10 years old. Be nice to Roll20, but it will be nice to you. So now it says use level 1 character creation. All this stuff, you can pick these different things. We don't need to worry about them right now. What I really need, I believe, is the assets, if I can find them. Here we go. Compendium settings. So, here are the compendium settings. It's the D&D 5th edition character sheet default. That means all the settings that go with 5th edition are going to go in here. So it's going to go in automatically. However, if I want to share my compendium with the players, I can select other things that I have. So I can select different compendiums. Yeah, let's remove the holiday one. Sure. No, okay. We won't worry about that then. So, here we go. So here's my compendium selection. Here are all the things that I have owned or I can purchase. I can put them here. But these are all the things. So I have the monster manual, the guide to everything, the ones that I found to be the most effective, books that I like. And that's kind of what I have here. The basic rule books. I don't have a lot of modules. I usually write things myself. But if you were to want to, you could get this, like Boulder's Gate. You could purchase this, and then the assets would be available to players, too. But this is where I can click them. I suggest that you have them allowed to your players so that they can kind of look things up. It makes dropping items easier. Now, you can do this all free. You don't need any of this. This just makes it easier, and for this stream, I'll be using it a few times probably. So I don't have to get out my actual physical books, which I have right next to me, which I could do, but that's very unexciting for you because then you can't read anything. So we're going to save the changes. And then we're all ready. We're good. We don't need to be in here anymore. So the changes have been saved. Let's go to let's leave the page. Let's go to Argok Stream Game. Here we are. Now, what you have to do, very easily, is you have to launch the game. This might kill the stream. Like, straight up murder it. It'll probably be fine. But, so now we're going to get Roll20. And this is Roll20. It's going to load. And it's going to take a little bit to get up here. Okay, it's going to ask me. I'm going to tell it to block all these things. I hope it doesn't screw up my audio. I don't think it will. But, here's where you can do all the things where you can stream and you have your little icon down here. This would actually be my face and my webcam. And my voice could go through it. I don't really use it. You can also dim the lights. That's very lovely. I like the dark mode, so, but is that good with the stream? It's medium with the stream. If you guys don't like it, let me know. Anyway, so here's dark mode. All the things that we have. All these lovely choices. This seems really, really like, oh my. Where do I start? What I usually start with is I start with a map. Or an idea of what I want to do. So, oh, and you'll also see down here, this is a plugin. Oh, it's not. It's behind my head. Never mind. Don't worry about it. It was for D&D Beyond. If you have D&D Beyond, some of my players enjoy it, so I let them use the D&D Beyond app to make their character sheet, and then they can roll on their D&D Beyond app, and then I can see it in Roll20. It's actually quite nifty. So, here is your blank slate. You are a DM now, and this is what you get. Make an adventure. So first of all, I like to start with a map. I think the maps really are kind of the backbone of adventuring for me. I like to have something where people can see. I didn't play a lot of miniature war games, but I've always really liked miniatures, and I've liked representing things on the map and the spatial kind of strategy component to D&D. I also like the storytelling, but I do think that when you kind of are playing online, it's very helpful to have something in front of you that brings you kind of all to a similar visual space. There's a lot of games I've seen, even really professional ones, Critical Role, or one of my favorite podcasts, Role Playing Public Radio. You should really check them out if you like role-playing games. They're really great. But they sometimes have trouble with their communication because they don't have a map. And it's totally okay. You don't need to have a map for everything. Sometimes you'll go off map. And to be honest, I prefer actually to go off map rather than to draw it by hand, because my drawing is atrocious. But you can. So I can just have a purple, and I could just put a circle here, right? A big old circle. And then we put some more circles. But this one we want to be filled with blue. So I can make... Yeah. That's right. You can do all this. Look at that. MS Paint, baby. Argok. True artist. Anyway. So you can do this stuff. You can go, you can draw. And I could just do that. I could just say, look, this is a tree. And down here, this is a pool of water. And then, let me grab it. Do you want me to get it square? What do we want? Let's make it blue. Here's a crate. Okay? You could just do this. And that'd be fine. That's totally fine. And you can do whatever you want. And then I can go over here to this little archive here, and I can put in... I can spell terribly. Actually, no. Let's do something better. I can put in null. And then I have a bunch of things here. So these are things I've used. I have my thing. But let's say we have this. This is premium assets. And then we have other sets. Look at this null. We can just put him here. Look. We have a little null. There he is. You can get rid of this little box because that's very unhelpful. But look, now we have a knoll, and we can move them around. So it can be that simple. And this is a subscription set. They're also usually from the web. You can just go on the web. And look, here's a knoll on the website. Just out on the internet. For free. You can put them in your game. There you go. You have a knoll. The web assets are really good. I suggest you use them. This is in a little picture here. You just type what you want. You'll have the ones that you put in from your library. You'll have the ones that are pro assets that you could pay for. Or you have the ones that just come off the internet. And those are like some good options if you need things. But we're gonna do something a little bit fancier. Because you didn't come here to watch me draw shapes and just use little tiny knoll pictures off the internet. Although, I will probably use some little tiny knoll pictures off the internet. So, what we're going to do next... Wow, I'm sewing a lot. So. Argok, very much sewing. Anyway, I would like to show you something else that I do have a subscription to. I have a few subscriptions for D&D. This is like really it. I don't spend a lot on my D&D, but I do purchase these two things. The Roll20 subscription, and then Dungeon Fog. I think Dungeon Fog is fantastic. I think it makes very good maps, and it also has a very good community. This community also produces maps. So, if I'm really in a time crunch, like I really don't have the time, like got a half hour before my game, because I've done this before, like, I had a really good idea, and I would like to throw it at them. A half hour before my game, I can come on here, and I can be like, oh my goodness, Dungeon Fog, save me. I'm a stupid knoll, and I forgot to prep. So, what you can then do, is you can go here, and, I'm already signed in. You can go to the community maps, and look at the shared maps. So I'm going to go here to see all the maps. You can also go up here to this top part. Oh no! Whoops. Well, congratulations on my email. That one you're not going to get a very good response from, though. So let's go to public maps. Now, this will take a little while to load, because these files are sometimes pretty big. And my goal today is really to crash my computer. That's my overall goal today, is to blow this computer up and have the stream crash in a terrible, terrible fashion. Eventually, though, we will load some maps. Until that happens, though, how is everyone doing out there today? Is everyone having a great Tuesday? I had a pretty great Tuesday. But, now that I'm making maps, it's better. Okay, so here's all the stuff. Do you want a fight club? Over here? Do you want a troll family murder? Well, that's crazy. Syndicate Manor? Tomb of Horrors? What kind of thing do you want? They have all kinds of things. So if you're really at a crunch for time, not only can you make your own maps, but you can use some of the ones that other people have used and produced. So now, in my campaign, I make probably about 60% of my maps, and I use about 40%, especially because now my players are in a big city. And I don't have time to make every building in a huge city. So, I come here. And you just have to sign in. You don't really have to have a subscription to do a lot of this stuff. I just have one because I want to support them, because I think they do good work. But you don't have to. Most of this is free. So, we can also look at the Hall of Fame at the best maps. So there are some really good ones. Oh, wait. A Noah's Cave? I think we're going to look at this one. So, here you go. It's a Noah's Cave. So what you do is, if you want it, you put it here, and you clone it. It's a Knolls, and it's a cave, and it's Pathfinder, and it's won lots of awards. Because it's Knolls, and Knolls are pretty great. So I suggest that you go and check out the Knolls. So let's look at the Knoll Cave. It's a pretty big map, though, if I'm being honest. It's very large. But maybe we'll use it. We probably won't, but we can look at it. So now I can go to My Maps, and if I go to My Maps, because I made a clone of it, it brings up the Knoll Cave. And if I click on the Knoll Cave, it'll open Dungeon Fog. And then, after a few minutes of loading, it will bring up, oh boy, the Knoll Cave. And look, the Knoll Cave has so much cool stuff in it. It's great. Oh boy, So this free music that I found that's royalty free. Oh boy, some of it's real jamming, but it's fine. I mean, I'm a Knoll. I procrastinated on my D&D session. Do you think I went and looked for music that was going to be awesome? No, I didn't. I went to Soundstripe and I just picked a playlist that seemed like it would be safe. And this music is great. I don't even know if you can hear much of it, but anyway. So here is this map. It's got some bones and some pits and some spike traps. This is a pretty good map. I see why it won some awards. So this is a pretty nice cave. If we need a cave for something, we could use it. If we don't want a cave, we don't need to use it. So let's go back to our home. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave you. We're gonna leave you no map. You're not bad, but I would like to make my own map now. So now we're gonna create our own map. And this is starting. See, we're a half hour in, and we haven't even started prepping. We only have like an hour and a half left. Maybe 2 hours. Maybe we'll go a little longer depending on how things go. We're gonna create a new map. And we gotta pick how big we want it. And they have different suggestions. Do I want it as big as my screen? Do I want to print it? What are my default choices? I always like to start out with a little bit of medium. Virtual tabletops, 25-25. That's kind of a starter. We'll kind of go with virtual tabletop medium. You can make much bigger maps on Roll20, but I'm just going to go with one that's manageable, and hopefully we can finish. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this one, and then we're going to open it. Why will you not let me open it? Oh, silly Argok. You have to name it. You have to name your map. Okay, so what do we want to do? Well, we're starting off from scratch, and I'm a Knoll. So I always like people to meet Knolls. So I'm going to make a Knoll map. But I don't want a Knoll cave. I want something a little bit spicier, right? Like, we're Knolls. We want to be fancy. So this is going to be the Knoll encounter. You can name it whatever you want. But we're going to open it in Editor, and here we go. We're opening the map of Knolls, and we're going to kill it. We're doing great. Okay, so we got Knolls. Run grass. Hooray, grass. Let's zoom out. Take it all in. Yeah, there we are. Grass, baby. But I'm a Knoll. I like to be creative and fun. So we're not going to just stick with grass. We have all these textures to choose from. So let's choose a good texture. I think what I did for the Sins of Others campaign is I put my players in a very bad spot to start out. And I like that. I like to present people with a pretty rough problem in the very beginning, and it helps solidify them. Meeting in a pub is always fine. It's never wrong. I always suggest maybe you should start in a pub every once in a while. However, I do think if you throw them into a very unique area to start out, the characters already have a bond, and then you can kind of form something. So even if they have disputes, you can stick them together and they can't go anywhere. Or, you curse them. There's other ways to do it, but it's better if you kind of give them a driving force. If you're not... And one of the big things that I think that people who are playing a game have a problem with... Oh, by the way, not only am I going to make adventures, I'm going to give some sweet DM tips. Because I'm a Knoll, and I can't keep my tips away. So, what I suggest is that you give the player something that they can unify behind. And not just, we met in a pub and we want to be friends. Because if you meet someone in a bar, how many times do you hang out with them again? Like, honestly. And the fact that, like, I know. But Critical Role and shows like that, which are very good, I watch. They're very entertaining. But, when you really think about what your players' goals are, what their life is, and why they're doing what they're doing, if you really get into it, like really get into it, you gotta think, would my character that's aspiring to do this one thing meet some people in a bar and then go do their thing? Absolutely not. Why would you do that? You got your thing. You got your own stuff. You got your stuff to do. So, I always suggest that you kind of give them a little bit more, like devastation of a battle. They're like the sole survivors, and they have to survive in like the desert until they get to like a town or until they get somewhere. And then it kind of makes more of a bond, now they're all that they have, or, things like that. Now, with that said, I need a null encounter. So I'm going to start out with a null encounter. Now, you might be thinking, well, Argok, you can't just start in a null encounter. Oh, but yes, you can. You can start in a null encounter. And here's how. Think about this. On the spot. We didn't meet in a pub, right? Now, we are all members of a caravan transporting some MacGuffin to some other place. See? Now we're on the road together. We have to be together because we're employed or we're a member guarding the MacGuffin. And you can tie people's stories. Why are you here with the MacGuffin? And they're now already on an adventure together. Start them in the middle of an adventure. It actually makes things a little bit easier for you as the DM. So I'm going to start my friends in the middle of an adventure. However, this is not just any adventure. And these gnolls are not just anywhere. We're not just going on a leisurely stroll. That would be ridiculous. No. We are going to be traveling through one of the most harshest terrains known to man. I think we're going to go volcanic. Yep. I think we're going to go volcanic. Okay. Stay with me. Stay with me, everyone. Here's what we've got going on. No, we're going to go full lava. Okay. Full lava. Now. We are traveling. And we're trying to get our MacGuffin. And what happens? Oh my god. There, a volcano exploded. Isn't that just terrible? What are the odds? What are the odds that a volcano would explode while you're traveling on this road? Well, it's pretty common if the reason that they want to do it is to distract the major guards and wizards so they can steal the MacGuffin. And you're like, Argok, come on now. Someone made a whole volcano explode to steal this MacGuffin? Yes, they did. They did make a whole volcano explode to steal this MacGuffin. Think about how powerful this MacGuffin must be if someone went through the trouble to erupt a volcano to steal what's in that cart. And you're level 1, baby. You're level 1, and this is your life now. You're now chasing down the MacGuffin that someone blew up a volcano to steal. Yep. That's how we start an Argok campaign. Anyway, so this is where we are. So what happened? Well, we had a volcano erupted. It's pretty great. So now we have to do some ground because this lava is everywhere and you need to have a pathway. Now, it just so happened that you were traveling on an area that was very clear. And although I put the whole floor as lava, you know, like we did in kindergarten when you played that cool game that you scooted across the gym, now I'm going to make it a little less lava. So we're going to put in a normal floor. In order to do that, we want some rock. Maybe volcanic rock, but I think we want some stone. Something nice and dark. So we want a nice dark stone. Here's a nice dark stone. This is like very obsidian. So what we can do is we have this. So we're going to make it a room. But in order to do this, we're going to have to bring the walls down a little bit. So we're going to make the wall thickness 0, which is kind of what I was doing. And then we can put it, we can make it normal, we can make it advanced, we can make it a cave, we can make it below ground. We're just going to make it normal. This should hopefully give me a nice, so it snaps to the grid very nicely. And you can make shapes. And then you connect them. And look, there's our thing on the ground. Now, what is getting me is these colors on the line. So I'm going to get rid of them a little bit. Make them dark because that's what our ground's going to be. And we're going to zoom in. Now look, we have this great obsidian and we have lava flow. And we're basically surrounded by lava. Isn't this terrifying? You're level 1, by the way. Congratulations. So we're going to make a few more of these. We're going to make a few more little spots. And you know what? There's lava flow. So you don't even know what's going on. They can overlap. We're just going to make it cool. Not going to be fancy with this one. If I was... Oh god, that looks terrible. But we'll fix it, don't worry. We're going to just kind of throw some stuff out there. See what sticks. See what we like. Boom. Boom. Even put something off the map. It doesn't all have to be on the map. I always like to extend it and not block it off. Give them the option to run. If you have to go off map, go off map. It's not a huge deal. I have a feeling, though, they really won't go off map too much. Or you can make 2 maps if you want to go a little extra. So, here we go. We have a map. Congratulations, us. Now, there are some things that I don't really love about it. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna grab this. We're gonna bump this out. I don't like the way that was shaped. I kind of want to adjust some things. So you can go and you can click the shapes, and you can farts around with them a little bit. If you want them to kind of be a little bit more connected, do something a little bit crazier with them. You can actually even pick up and move the whole thing, I believe. Maybe, yeah, you can pick up and move the whole thing if you want. And you can just mess around with it. You can do whatever you want. Play with them. I love this program. This program makes my maps so much easier to build. I mean, I can go off the map if I want. It doesn't show much. Okay, so now it looks like, oh my goodness, we were on a caravan and it exploded. There was a volcano and terrible things happened. And here we are. Okay, this needs to be a little bit more jagged, I think. This is too round. Too round. It's wrecking my aesthetic. You're also a little bit too round, I think. We need to pinch you in a little bit. Grab the thing and let's move your booty. Oh, right. You move the whole thing to move the point. You got to pick on the outside. So outside moves the point, and inside moves the actual there. So, okay. I want to do a little bit more here. Make this a little bit more exciting. Give this one a little bit of a look-see here. Alright, now, I could play around with this forever, but I'm not going to, because we're on a time crunch. We only have a few more hours left to finish our adventure. So here we go. Oh, gosh, this is too much. You want to make sure, for this, I want to make sure that it's very accessible, and that they can get the cart off. You might be like, Argok, what are they going to do after they get the cart? Well, don't worry. I've got you covered. So, this is the beginning of map 1. Now, there are some other things in this program. We have a basic map. We could end here. This is what we could do. We could just have this be here. No big deal, right? But there's more to this program that I really like, and it's very helpful. And that's the stuff. They got lots of good stuff. And what we're doing here is we're trying to MacGuffin, right? We're on a caravan. So we're playing D&D. So we're going to try to be a little bit more fancy. Now they have a lot of different things. This is flavor. So what flavor things do we have? There's pirates. I have airships in my other game, so I have some pirate stuff. But in this one, I think we're on a... Are these just regular vehicles, or are these like carts? No, those are cars. So if you wanted to play a modern game, you could do that. But we want a caravan. So, what can we use for a caravan? I would like some horses. House of Horror. Oh, I gotta check this out. So like they have some like stuff, there's some bloody things. High elves. So some of these things are a little bit labeled weirdly. Like these are just like blue banners. I mean, obviously high elves have cool stuff. Food and dishes. You can have some dragons. Need some dragons? Parts of dragons. Oh baby. Wait. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. So, there's cemeteries, caves, cathedrals, all this kind of stuff. We need some animals, though. I think we need some horses. Because we had horses. Is there a horse in here? There's not a horse in here. Oh my god, there's a fox, though. We'll come back for you, fox. We'll come back for you. Alright, so I didn't see what I wanted there. Fantasy. So then there's all these under these categories. There's also things under... So there's fantasy, and then there's decorations, furniture, outdoors. So, in outdoors fantasy, here we go. Here's a cart. We have a cart and a horse. Perfect! This is exactly what we needed. So we just click on it, and then we can drop a cart. And there we go. There's a cart. And there's a horse. And what we can do is we can rotate them. So we can mirror them with these little clickers up here and flip them around. And then here's our horse. So, however, I don't think we're just going to let the horses just kind of be that way. So we're going to move them. Because they're, they're running. They're escaping. They don't want to be here. And we'll rotate this one 45 degrees. Boom. 45 degree horse. There we go. Rotated. And this one. Let's go and rotate him 110 degrees. Boom. Horse on the move. Okay, the horses have escaped. What are we gonna do? And it's a lava. What's going on? Is this some type of crazy moving platform? You're darn right it is. I just thought of that. So now these chunks of rock are moving. They're sliding down the hill. You're on the side of a volcano. It started to slide. It started to erupt, and now the cart is rolling. These are moving platforms. Now you have problems with impedance as you're fighting. That's fantastic. I'm having so much fun with this. So now your cart and your horses and your MacGuffin is here. Now, sadly, I have to inform you. The adventuring party. I know it's very sad. I know it's very sad for everyone. But the adventuring party is the only ones who made it. It's just true. I can't help it. I mean, you're the adventuring party. There's a reason you made it, right? So now we need to make sure. Org Casino. Okay, so I might get a little distracted because I haven't seen Org Casino yet. Oh, that's cool. That's some cool stuff. Anyway, let's not worry about that. We're on a mission. We're on a mission, people. We have to set up an adventure. I wanted to be Knowles here, but I don't think I'm going to do Knowles here yet. We'll get to Knowles. Don't worry. We're going to get to the Knowles. But what I need is some bodies. Do we have bodies? I need your companions that didn't make it. That's just, you need those. Oh, bounty hunters, that's cool. But I don't need that. Craftsman? Bones. Oh, there's bones. You could use bones if you want them. Decorations. Definitely craftsman. Ooh, arcane arts. Carpenter. So, there's a lot of different things. There's so many different things you can use. But, oh, storefront? Ooh, these are nice, actually. They redid this since the last time I used it. I appreciate everything they did here. Let's see. But I need bodies. I need some bodies. Everyone. I'm a Knoll, okay? Let's not get crazy. I just need a little bit of bodies. Is there humans? I thought there was like a whole thing of bodies. Or like people who didn't make it. Maybe they removed them. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this stuff on Twitch. Oh, here's dwarves. Oh no, that's just dwarf stuff. Ah, here we go. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, everyone, but I regret to inform you that, one of the horses didn't make it. And neither did the two of the soldiers. They didn't make it, guys. There's only 2 horses in the cart. And some of the soldiers you're with, they didn't make it. Yep. I know. It's really sad. It's super sad. I don't know what to do I don't know what to tell you. So now your players are careening down a lava slide with this cart. And what do they do? What do they do, ladies and gentlemen? What do your players do in this scenario with this cart? This is where you are. This is the first part. You drop them right in here. You give a nice, lovely description about how they're traveling on the road, and they've got the MacGuffin, and they're going, and it's great, and everything is going well, and they love everything, and the world is just their oyster, and they're having such a great time, and they're seeing the beautiful mountain in the distance, the beautiful snow-covered peaks, and they're walking, and it's so beautiful, and then they hear a rumble. They begin to hear a rumble underneath their feet. The rocks and the rumbling, and the little pebbles clitter and clatter beneath their feet, as they feel themselves slowly starting to lose ground, as the ground starts to crack and open up underneath them, and hot, steamy lava pours from beneath them as the earth starts to break away, and now they're careening down a lava slide. Right? I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me. If I was an adventurer, I'd be like, sign me up for this adventure, because I'm about to die. But, so anyway, so here they are. They're careening. What do? Now, what I would also suggest here. Now, this one. So this is our map. This is where we're going to do. So what we're going to do here, we've got this. This is where it is. This is what as they stumble around, you put them where you want to put them. And then they have to make skill challenges to maybe get back to the cart, see what's going on. Who knows? So, as this cart is careening down, however, we have more things to add. Oh, yes, we do. But for here, now, we have our map. Map 1. Map 1, of course. For session 1. Map 1, session 1. We go here. And now we have to go. We can save and continue, but it's not going to matter. Because we're going to now go and we're going to export the map. After it saves. Because, you know, my computer is working very hard. Okay. So, now, we have this. So now what we have to do is we have to go over and export. We're going to export the map. Now, I don't use this for any of my campaign services. I use Roll20 for my campaign stuff. This is just doing maps, because I like to do everything in different places. I found that it works for me. If you want to do a campaign in Dungeon Fog, because you enjoy it, you go right ahead. You don't have to do the things I do. This is just how to do a whole adventure in 2 hours. By the way, we're at about 50 minutes of the stream, but we're only about 30 minutes of adventure making. So, we're doing great. So I'm going to take this, and this is now no longer the null encounter. We've renamed it. We're going to call it Lava Slide. Because now they have to live on this lava slide and see what happens. So, we're going to do this, we're going to show everything, and then we're going to export it. Okay, it's then going to put it up in my thing. Here. I can then open it, and it's going to open it up in my images. Okay, so we're going to open it up in images. Now, I have to save it. I'm going to save it as, and we're going to save it in, this is my D&D campaign, The Sins of Others. This is where I put all my maps and my stuff that I have. Because, you know, it's kind of used to putting things here. But, we're going to go, and let's put it in, let's put a new folder. Let's do a new folder, and let's call it Argok Stream Adventure. And then we'll rename this, we'll call it, the Lava Slide. If I can spell. But I can't, because I'm a null. So, deal with me. Okay, Lava Slide. Here we go. We're going to save it. Save the Lava Slide. Boom. Boom, we've got a map, everyone. Now, what do? We go back to Roll20. We go back to Roll20, which I was on. So, Roll20. Here we are. We're in Roll20 again. Now what do I do here? Oh boy. This is where people get a little bit concerned. So, so here are all the choices up here in the top. This is the thing I preloaded. These are all the cool maps that I preloaded. If I click on one, it'll bring it up. And this is a camp. So this was an asset that I preloaded. If you buy them, you get things like this. And it gives you tokens and other things with it. It also gives you a random volcano battle. I didn't know that this existed. We could use this. I'm not going to. I'm going to use my own thing. But this is kind of cool. Weird that it worked out that way. If I would have planned it, you know, that would be awesome, but I didn't. Okay, so, and this is also random battles in different places. It's actually, this is the map thing. It's pretty nice. And I always suggest that if you're going to play, you have some maps that are kind of just random and don't have a home, and just let them sit there. You don't have to use them right away. You never have to use them. It's just nice to have them in case you need them. So, I'm going to have an untitled map. This is brand new, our brand new map. I'm going to go into the settings first. And I always like to look at them. Okay, this is 25 by 25. This is already what we want. So we're good. It's going to have a white background. The grids are going to be 5 feet. It's going to be square. It's 5e compatible. This is all very easy. A lot of this happens. The Fog of War, this is if you want to slowly reveal a room. I really like this to reveal my room. Some people do fancy lights. They put things on their tokens. They use the advanced light settings. I like to do it manually just because it's easier for me. But you can get fancy with it. You can do a lot of fancy things. This is not a Roll20 tutorial. It's making an adventure in 2 hours. And that's what we're doing. So, anyway, 25 by 25. That's our map size. So we're going to save it. And now we have it. And we're going to call this the lava slide. We're going to name everything the same to keep it easy. If I can spell. Lava slide. Boom. We're there. Okay, click on it. Now we're here in the lava slide. Right? 25 by 25. 2 things you're going to want to do. You're going to want to always make sure that when you're doing maps, you want to be on the map and background tab. Your life is going to be miserable if you don't remember to do that. You know, you're going to put it on there, it's going to be really tiny, and then you're going to try to put tokens on it, it's going to be a nightmare. So there's that. The second thing you have to do is bring it in. Okay, so I want to add something. It's not premium assets, it's my library. I want my library stuff. So, in order to put something in for my library, now I have to import it. And where... Oh my god, I'm losing my... Okay, oh boy. They changed everything. Oh good, thanks Roll20 for making everything super simpler. And right before I do a stream and haven't used it yet. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna upload, right? And we get to choose a file. So now these are all the things that I was using for my Sins of Others campaign. But right now we have Argok Stream. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna add this map. We're gonna open it. It's gonna open. It's gonna go in. It's gonna be great. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Be patient. You sometimes have to be patient. You're in a rush because you're running out of time. The adventure's gonna start, but you have to be patient. Argok, be patient. But anyway, it'll load eventually. You can go off to different tabs if you'd like. I'm gonna not try to kill my computer too much by overdoing it. I'm sure that the stream is already choppy and sad, but we're doing our best, folks. We're doing our best. Okay, so it loaded. Hooray, we got our map. So our map is here, lava slide PNG, right here. Upload, throw it in. Just grab it and slide it. Bang, it's there. Now, I already know the measurements because I told it 25-25. There are other ways to do it, but for this, we're simple. We're trying to be simple and fast because we don't have a lot of time. We go 25-25. Perfect. Perfect match. It sits right on the map perfectly. Now, you can zoom in. You can zoom out. You're ready to go. Here's your map. Congratulations, everyone. You've made a map. We're already almost a third of the way done, and we have so much time left. We have so much time left. We could go have a coffee, go get a bite of dinner, go enjoy some time together, you know? But we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish this. So, we've dropped a map in. Super easy, right? Now, you'd have your players in here. Your players should be, usually they're in your tab here. And you can drag them in. You would drag them in. You'd have them prepared. You don't need to worry about that. That's not your job. That's their job. They have one job. Build your character. I know. Sometimes that's hard for them. They don't get it right. They forget their character sheet. You know? Now with the digital age, you don't even need a character sheet. But it's really hard to remember your character sheet sometimes. But that's not the point. The point is, now, what we can do is we can add some stuff. And in stuff, I'm going to go in here. Some pictures. So, I'm thinking, oh, other sins. Oh, that's so nice. It puts it, oh my goodness, that's so good. Anyway, your recent uploads go here. Your most recent uploads. Roll20, you've upgraded so much. You and Dungeon Fog have both upgraded. Man, I ran D&D like 2 Sundays ago and you didn't have these features. I love you. Anyway, let me stop gushing about Roll20 and how much I love them sometimes. Because they're still, after 10 years, trying. They're still doing it. They're still putting things together. They do a good job, I promise. They are worth, you know, using. If you have other things like Battleforge or things that you enjoy, use them. You know, I feel totally fine. Use whatever you like. If you just want to use Discord and a Google meeting, that's also okay. Play D&D how you want to play D&D. But this is how the Roll20 works. So, we got to get the MacGuffin. Now, this is another hot DM null tip. We have decided that we have a MacGuffin in this cart. and we have a powerful something. Who knows what it is? Trying to get this MacGuffin. So how are they going to get the MacGuffin from that cart into their grubby little paws? Any ideas? How would you do it? So there's 2 ways I can think of doing it that would be really cool. The first one is you drop in some fire elementals. And your level 1 party will love fire elementals just dropping in their life. So, I think we're going to add a fire elemental. Now, I made a key Argok mistake. Argok mistake number 1. I put this fire elemental on the map background. Do not do this. It will, because then if I go to tokens and objects, I can't click it. I can't use this. I can't use it. I can't move it. Obviously, you can move it later. Now, there's 2 tricks. Either you delete it and start again, or you can right-click on it and tell it what layer to go to. And I want it to go to the token layer. So now, I can't click on it if I'm on the map layer. But if I go to the token layer, now I can click on it. And I can move him around without wrecking the map. I can also, he's a token now, so now I can give him HP. He has 20 HP, by the way. We can give him HP. Oh no, I give him, wow. Okay, first level characters won't be able to mess with that. We'll give him 22 then. Now he's got 22 HP. You could put in armor class, magic points, you can do whatever you like. You can also play around with tokens, if you like to. I like to do all my stuff in paper. I'm old school. I did things when it was 3.5. You know, computers existed, but they weren't the same way they are now. So I'm not used to doing a lot of this online, but you can. And you can go here to edit the token, and you can name it. You can give it a location. If you want, I like to do this for one of my players has Spirit Guardians, and they really like Spirit Guardians. This guy, he's obviously a fire elemental, so he's going to have an aura of fire around him, and you can give him, let's just do 5 feet. So if you get within 5 feet of him, he's going to do something nasty to you. So we save it. Now he has an aura of 5 feet around him. We can shrink him down a little bit. He's a bit big. There. Now, anyone who gets close to him will get toasty. Super toasty. And he's a fire elemental, which means I think he needs more HP. Okay, we'll do that. So here we are. Fire elemental with an aura of fire. He's going to come and get the MacGuffin out of the cart. Okay, that's option 1. We can do that. He's a fire elemental. He just popped out of the lava. You can make it very dramatic. Now, what I like to do, now I can move him around on the token level, and he can do whatever he wants. He can have a lot of fun. But what I like to do to surprise my players is I like to do this. So I put him on the GM layer. The GM has their own layer because you're special. If you're the GM, you're special, and your fun is more important. No, your fun is not more important than everyone else's. Actually, most of the time, if you're the GM, your goal is to make sure everyone else is having fun. And you have fun in the process by them having fun. It's a tough role, but some gnolls gotta do it, right? Anyway, I like to put things on the GM layer because, now, an important thing about Roll20, the players are always on this little tab. So I'm going to bring our players down to here, to our lava slide. You know, that we have right here. I'm going to close this. Now, this is what I see as the GM. I see this. I see our big ol' elemental. He's on the GM layer. When he's on the GM layer, I can click on him. He's a token. I can play with him. If I go to the object tokens layer, I can't click on him, but I can still see him. Now, let's go down here and let's rejoin as a player. Now, I moved the little banner to be on Lava Land. So now we're going to reload as a player and see what happens. Sometimes when you're GMing in Roll20, you want to do this to make sure that the players are kind of seeing what you're seeing. Now, you'll see a lot of the things that are available are not here. And sometimes Roll20 gets a little wonky with its margins. I don't know why there's 2 above. There really shouldn't be. The screen is fine. The map is fine. There's nothing really going on with it other than Roll20 is being a little weird. So it does have its hiccups. But anyway, it looks fine. But you see right here, there's no elemental. Oh, we're gonna make it green because my guy is green down here. So you know that, but green. So there's no elemental here. So if it's on the GM layer, they can't see it, but you can see it. So that's kind of nifty. And then you can go back and rejoin as the GM. And now your elemental's back. Okay, and just to check, oh, I'm so sorry, Roll20. I'm so sorry. What did I do to you? What did I do? Now I can change the map settings here. 2525. Save settings. What did I do to you? Oh, did I do a thing? I did a thing. Okay, I skewed the map. I'm so sorry, Roll20. It wasn't you being weird. It was Argok being weird. Argok, what are you doing? Stop besmirching the beautiful name of Roll20. Okay, so we have our elemental on the GM layer. We have this. So when the elemental appears, you can make him drop in. But I am going to move him a little bit back closer to the fire so that it seems a little bit more like, pow, he's coming out of the flames. And here we go. Here's our first encounter. So here, we meet our players. We're going on a lovely adventure, a lovely stroll with a MacGuffin and a party of people and multiple horses, and everyone is having a great time. There are more horses and more caravans, by the way. This is just the one that has the MacGuffin in it and the ones you are close to. Obviously, this was a big caravan. If there's a fancy MacGuffin, there's a big group, and maybe you'll meet up with some of them later. Who knows? Hint, hint. Plot twists. Plot hooks. Add things you like. Maybe there was a family member of one of the players with the caravan, and they got split up. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're alive. Who knows? It gives you endless possibilities just by starting them in this terrible, terrible trap. Anyway, so what you do is here we are. We have this lava slide. Now, there's the MacGuffin in the caravan, and this elemental is going to come try and take it. Now the players have to decide, do they run or do they go after the MacGuffin? And you get to choose. Make it really hard. Make it so that the MacGuffin can't be gotten. Make it so that the players get it. And they have a really powerful item that they don't know how to use that draws evil towards them. Or let the elementals get it, and then have someone come and ask them to get it back. All of those options are possible. If they fail at what you want them to do, just make them do something else, but you have options. So just from this one map and this one part, we already now have a plot to a whole adventure that we can do. And I kind of just made this up right here because I decided that I wanted to do lava. And I started out with gnolls, but now we're doing this. Okay, so we've got our first map, and we're only an hour in. We got so much time. They will spend probably about an hour on just this, introducing their characters. They'll be here, they'll have to talk, they'll have to rummage the caravan. You know, it's not too hard. You know, this is where they will spend probably about an hour, I would guess, on just this map. Maybe an hour and a half. And there you go. One half of your campaign, or one half of your session on this map with a fight and some adventuring. But you say, Argok, you have so much time. And I say to you, yes, I have so much more time. Let's go further. We need to fill out a whole session. And who knows, maybe they'll just run and try to do other things. So, let's go and make two options. Let's make the crash option and the jumpy option. So, let's go back to our good old dungeon fog. And let's exit. And now, this is no longer the null encounter. Can I rename this? Can I rename it? I don't need to rename it. It's fine. Oh. So, we could publish this. I'm not going to. Not yet. Okay. So, we're going to create a new map. Map number 2 for Argok. Map number 2. Okay. This one's going to be a biggie. This one's going to be a big one. Because this one is going to be the jump around map. If they decide to, you know, jump around, which they probably will. If I'm being honest, I think most of them would want to run around and try to find a place that's safe on the slide, or see if there's any more survivors. So this one, we're gonna go big this time, and it could be rough, could be very rough, but we're gonna go and we're gonna do a 40 by 40. So we're gonna do our own. We're gonna do our own custom map, 40 by 40. Remember it. And this is called, we're gonna call it Lava Run. Because we did Lava Slide, now Lava Run. Open an editor. Okay, we're opening. The good thing, another tip, is make the map flexible when you're doing it, when you're doing a campaign. Make it so that no matter which option they choose, you can kind of use the same map. It's not railroading them. They're choosing what they want to do. Do they want to go back? Do they want to go forward? What do they want to do? But now they have the option that you're going to put them on this map, and then they can make choices. Now, remember, we're low level here. We don't want to get too crazy. But we already added a fire elemental. And we'll talk a little bit about how I write things up for fire elementals in a minute and make things easier. But now we got to go. I want to change these because I do not like the white. For whatever reason, the white really gets me. I like it to be darker. It's an Argok preference. You can do what you want. It's your game. Do what you want with your game. Okay, so we got our work stone, which we were using. And then we got our lava. Which lava did we use? I think we used this one. If we didn't, does it matter? No, because we can mix it up, make it exciting. We could even make it so that the lava's cooling. Maybe it's cooling down. Maybe we don't want it to be as bright and orange. Maybe we want it to be a little bit lighter as it starts to cool and the lava slows down. I don't know. Make up an excuse. You're the DM. You gotta wing it sometimes. But I think this is the one we used. If not, it's okay. Oh no, this is the one. I think we used this one. Okay. And now we can go back to our floor. And we have our same stuff. We already used this stuff. So now let's make a few more. Let's make another quick map of this. And then, you know, now one thing that you can do with this is that things do connect. Like you can connect things to here and then make like an actual room. We haven't actually done any dungeons yet, so who knows? Maybe Argok has a plan. Maybe he doesn't have a plan. Who knows if they have the MacGuffin or not? Did they beat the elemental? No one knows. Uh-oh. That's a no-go. That's a no-bueno one. Okay. We're gonna just connect this to something and hope that it... Uh-oh. Oh, Argok, what did you do? You oofed it. You oofed it, Argok. Okay, you can always leave and then come back. I lost my spot because it's very yellow. Okay, so here are some shapes. Now, this map is not particularly, like, crazy, but we're just doing fast. Remember, we're on a time crunch here. We gotta do a whole session in 2 hours. We don't have all day, people. We had important things to do today. We had to eat ice cream and catch up on our shows. We didn't have time to plan an adventure. But we're doing it. We're doing it live. Okay. More pieces are moving around, being happy. We can move this one here. We can change the shapes, make them fun, make them exciting. Do everything you can to make them super duper cool. Now, this whole thing is in motion. It's moving. The whole part is doing all of its motion and moving, and it's having a great time flowing down as it's careening down this mountain. You can give them a timer. Put them on a timer even if you'd like. Tell them they only have an hour on this session of the map, or maybe they only have 15 minutes. Maybe in game time they only have like 10, 20 rounds. You know, you can put restrictions on them. That's always kind of fun. They tend to enjoy things if they're going fast and quick. It keeps them from overthinking things too much. These don't have a lot of points on them. Okay. I think I'm okay with where I'm at right here. Okay. So now you have a very vague flowing of rocks that are kind of attached and bridged, and it almost looks a little bit like a platform dungeon. So what you can do, maybe you decide to put some things here. Maybe you want to do other fancy things. So we'll go back to our stuff, our cool battleground stuff. Oh no, we lost another. Oh no, he's down. He's down. Poor Seabiscuit. Poor Seabiscuit. He tried so hard, but he couldn't make it. And then we lost another one of our friends here. There's maybe some more friends, or just kind of around. You know, maybe they want to check out what the body's got. Maybe they don't. This is just kind of a wanderer. Now, what I do suggest though, and this would be something that would be pretty good, either for the MacGuffin, or the running, or to get them out of this situation. Maybe what I would suggest is as they're rummaging through the cart, they see on the other side a glowing blue beam of light. Maybe that's where we're at. I like it. I'm selling myself on this. So, it's D&D. Make up what you want. Things can be weird. It's okay for things to be weird. So, I have a plan. So I need Arcane. Where is Arcane? Craftsman? Arcane Arts? Arcane Arts? Is this... Here we go. Arcane Arts. I don't love that one. So we're going to undo it. I don't love it. There's better things. There's better things, I assure you. Now, fantasy. I need a magic. Magic. Decorations. This might work. Okay, this works. Oh my goodness. Maybe there's a blue light. So now we have that. We'll keep that there for now. Maybe we'll decide on something different. The Celts. Do the Celts have something? They have these. They have altars. We can have an altar. Far East. I don't think I want that. Flavor. Is magic a flavor? What do I want? Cosmic horror. Now, I love cosmic horror, as I've said. And I think this will work. Okay. So, maybe we have this. A glowing purple portal. What is that doing there? I don't know. Do you know what it's doing there? I don't know what it's doing there. Is that the one I want to use? I think that is. Okay. So we'll go with that. We'll delete this. Okay. Now we have a glowing purple portal. Hooray! Glowing purple portal. Where did it come from? Whoa. Let's zoom back in. Now, I have an idea where the glowing purple portal came from. Maybe the place that had the MacGuffin, the travelers with them, had a powerful wizard. Maybe that powerful wizard is on this rock. Maybe you need to put a powerful wizard there. And he has provided you with a way home off this terrible, terrible place. But you're moving on lava. So who knows if his teleport spell is going to be any good. I don't know if it's any good. And you have to decide which way they're coming from. Are they coming from the north or the south or the east or the west? How do they enter? Who knows? I don't know. But there's a portal here. And now you have to decide what to do with it. Thanks, players. Here you go. But do I want... Oh, you can also do lights and fancy things. So here's the light. You can make it... You can make it bigger. You can like do different things on the light, so you can adjust your portals. This doesn't really give me the vibe I'm wanting. Ooh. That's giving me the vibe I'm wanting. So, the other thing about Dungeon Board that's very nice is that you get very nice, there we go. We'll put it in the middle here. Although, sometimes you get problems with walls that are like this. So, what I have to do is, I can bring this back here. Let's not put him in the fire. Because these are rooms, technically. I made them rooms. So, they're only going to be as light as... It's only going to go so far. Is this what I want? That'll be fine. Okay. So, now you have some crazy portal in the middle of here. And it's all lit up. And you have no idea why it's there. You can put whatever you want there. There we go. Here's a second map. And that one took only about 15 minutes. But it gives them room to run and play. And it could be an escape. Maybe this is a thing to an adventure. Maybe they get with the wizard. And if they get the MacGuffin and they get to the wizard, then the wizard gives them a lot of treasure or sends them on something else, tells them to return the MacGuffin. It's up to you. But now you have it. You have this. You don't have to have everything planned all the way. Let the players kind of guide you, and then you just have what you have available. So, this is map number 2. This is Lava Run. If they go that way, maybe they want to go that way. Towards the light. So I would give them 2 options. One, they can go towards the light. The other option, they can go somewhere else. This one, if they go to the light, they end up on this map. So we're going to export this one. And this was 40 by 40, so this one's a bit bigger. Export it. It's going to be bigger. It breaks it out into chunks. So we got Lava Run. We're good. Open Lava Run. As a PDF, here we are. This is our Lava Slide. This is Lava Run. And we can save it. Save as Lava Run in Argos stream. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. We've got this. I think we can do 2 more maps. I think we can do it. I think we can complete this. I think we're going to be good. Now, obviously, there's always a desire to do more. But pace yourself. I usually like to prep a few weeks in advance. Like a few sessions in advance. You don't have to. You can do one by one. A lot of times if you prep too far in advance, you end up not being able to use half the stuff you use. This map was 40 by 40. We're going to save the settings. We're going to go in here. We know it's 40 by 40. We're going to come in. This is where things get a little dicey sometimes. I'm going to upload this file, and it's big. It's bigger, so it's going to take a little longer. And maybe the stream is dying. Maybe it's not. Who really knows? But this is what we're going to do. So we're loading this map. This is Lava Run. What I would do with my players is tell them, look, off in the distance, there's a light. Maybe it shoots up later, after the elemental. After they've decided what the MacGuffin is, then you give them the light. Direct them towards it. They don't have to go there, but if you want them to try to go there, suggest that the light is nice and purple and it looks safe. Or say, oh, that left looks dangerous. It's up to you. You're running the show. You're the DM. But give them options. So, this is Lava Run. And when it loads, we'll maybe put on a wizard or something. Okay. We want to be on maps. Maps, maps, maps. Lava Run. Boom. It's here. This one's 40. And it's 40. So it should match. Should match perfectly. Now this is big, so they have a lot of stuff to... Bigger doesn't always mean that the map will take longer to cover. But I suggest, when you're over here, have them do some skill challenges. Make them do some stuff. They're going to want to loot the bodies. Have them check on the bodies. Maybe one of these guys is alive. Maybe one of them is their friend. Maybe one of them is very sad. It's really up to you. You got to do what you got to do. However, let's put in something fun. Let's put in a wizard. Now, I have a fox wizard. He's adorable. But let's see if the web has provided us any wizards. You don't need to pay for this stuff. You don't need to set up the tokens. Oh, that one's actually pretty neat. The wizard. The wizard! But let's just put this guy in. Oh, but before we put him on, I want to make sure to go to the objects and tokens. So put the wizard. Wizard. Uh-oh, I put him in on the background. So see how it made in the background? You want to catch that. It made him bigger. So now he's just a tiny wizard. And he's maybe in the portal. If you hold the Alt key, you can put things that don't cling to the map. Maybe you just show them that the wizard's going through the portal. Here we go. Wizard in a portal. This map, as is, probably about 25 minutes. If you let them talk to the wizard, it'll take longer. Let the wizard give them information. Let them go loot the bodies. If you want to make them have skill challenges to get places, do that. What I also like to do, if at all possible, this feature is good because you can give them tokens and fun things to do, but you can put a... We can put a treasure chest. The caravan had stuff in it, so put some treasure chests on there. Heck yeah, put some treasure chests on there. Yeah, put one right next to the horse that didn't make it. And then, when they open it, you can take the treasure chest off. Or, you can put it on the map side. Now there's 2 treasure chests. Treasure spilled everywhere. Make them open the chests. Give them stuff to do. Maybe there's some items in there. Maybe there's something magic in one of these. Maybe there's not. What you can also do, that I might suggest, I got fire. Oh, I have a lot of fire things, obviously. The fire circle, this is a map that I used. Nope, we're just going off the web. We're going off the free web assets. We're not doing anything too fancy today. Alright, rings of fire. There you go. You want this treasure? Go through my burning ring of fire. Yep, that's what you got. If you can hold Alt, there you go. That one's on fire. There you go. Put some explosions. Some hazardous terrain. But this one, actually, I'm going to put this one on the map background. And then I bring this fire over. Nope, not that one. This one. Boom. Now it's on the map background, and they can't interact with it. But you can play with it. And you can do fun stuff, like this. Maybe if they get too close, they take damage. Give them a harder way. Don't let them just take the easy routes. Let them show them that there are easy routes, but don't let them just have them. You know? Whoop. You gotta be careful, though, when you're on the map, that you don't move the map. So let's see. The easy ways to get here are here and here. So let's move this fire explosion. Right here, there's a body. There's a fire explosion. So now they maybe have to go this way, the long way around. And maybe you put a little tiny fire explosion. Right here. So then they get to decide. Do you want to go through the fire explosions, or do you... Actually, here, we'll put it here. Like this. Make this a challenge. There. Now we can go to the token menu. And the wizard got over there. Maybe he jumped. Maybe you can jump here. Make them try to figure out how to get there safely. Start them up here, maybe. So this is map number 2. Get to the wizard. Get some treasure. Probably take about 45 minutes. Here we go. We got an hour and a half. 45 minutes. Combat takes a while, ladies and gentlemen. One elemental, maybe not so bad. Anyway, so there's that. We're good here. We've got this, map 2. We got map 1. We got map 2. Oh, we're going to call this Lava Run. Enter. Boom. Boom. Second map. We're 2 maps in. I think we can do more. So, now, what's the other way? What's the other option? Well, the other option, maybe there's a place where the slide didn't get as bad. So let's go back to our dungeon. Create a new map. Let's do a new map. This one, let's do this one just be 30-30 again. Doesn't have to be big. What am I? Oh, default. Good job, Rock. Good job. Oh, 25. We'll do 25. We'll call this... Call this the safe zone. We'll see if this one... Okay, so this one, I'm going to do something a little different. So now, obviously, all lavas, slides, they have an end. They have an edge. So, or they have an end where they slide down and they crash. So, this one, we're going to let them say they could run towards the light, which is more into the lava, or give them the option to go this way. And in this one, instead of the rock being at the bottom, I'm going to make the lava be the side. And it will load, maybe. Load for me, lava. We're on a time crunch now. We got things to do. Okay, so I don't need the workstone. Well, I will need the workstone anymore, actually. I do not need this. That's loading and taking forever. Come on, Forge. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I think it was right here. I think this was right here. My computer is having trouble. We're losing power. It just can't handle the truth of how epic this adventure is. Oh my goodness. Here, close the stone. I don't need all of you. I just need the lava. So sometimes, if your computer is having a rough time, which mine is with streaming and the music and the everything, that it's trying to load all the things. And oh my goodness, I don't need any of you open. I don't need any of you. There we go, lava. There we go, we got lava. So, now with the lava, we're gonna go, and we're gonna make one big lava chunk. And we're gonna sequester off kind of half of this map is just lava. And there are other ways to kind of do things if you want to, but we're gonna do this. So this is lava. Oh, I want to adjust this a little bit. I want to make it a little bit wider down here. Okay. Because that's kind of how lava spreads look a little bit. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, what I also want to do is I want to put in, I do want to put in some obsidians to kind of give you the impression that we're jumping there. And, you know, you can make this as much of a skill challenge as you want. And these are not the most beautiful maps. Again, you can make them super beautiful. This is a fast adventure. This is a fast little thing. Oh. Argok, you muffed it up. Give them one there. And maybe a nice little overlap here. Alright. This is going to drive me nuts, so I would like to adjust my thing, please. Why did you go away, friend? Am I a crazy person? I think I am a crazy person. What happened? Anyway, we'll get there. All right. So, now, why is my hash all weird? I can fix it later. It's fine. But it does drive me a little nuts that it's the right way. Okay. And I want to change my floor. Where did you go? Oh, because I'm selected it. Oh my goodness, Argok, you're crazy. Okay, so I kind of want this to be the ground to be a little bit less, like, cheery and green. And I would like it to be a little bit more, like, a little bit rougher, but not so crazy. So I want to kind of, how is that? That's not great. Well, you know what? No, I got a plan. Okay, so it's up here. So it's like this weird cut stone. Why is there a weird cut stone? Because it's a temple. There's a temple down the hill, and it's running over the temple. What is this temple, you may ask? Well, this temple, it's just a temple. Or so you think it is. So anyway, so here's the end of this side. Again, maybe, because this is how we roll here, maybe there was a problem. And we had a little bit of a situation. Maybe there's another cart. Maybe this cart is good. Or maybe better. Even better. There's a cart on the edge. And obviously, you know, we're here. Life has happened. We can't control everything. So, where are you? Where are you? Battleground. Yep. I'm sorry. I didn't make it. They just didn't make it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Did you save the other horses? I don't know if you saved the other horses. But here was a cart that managed to make it down. Ish. This was a more populated cart, maybe. On the edge. Who knows? But it hit a temple. Right? Like it hit a temple. And you don't want the temple to be, you know. But how did they get over there? You ask yourself the questions. Let's see. I think this is good. I think this is good for this one. The safe zone. Yes, the safe zone. This is a good safe zone, everyone. This is a good safe zone. So we're gonna export 25. 25. Open the safe zone. Hooray! We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. I gotta open the safe zone. I gotta save the safe zone. Now, you can put other levels in this. I find it's better to just kind of do one level at a time, but you can do however you'd like. Okay, so we've got this. Now, a new page. This one's also 25 by 25. We're good. Name it the safe zone. Boom, safe zone. We're safe. We're safe. We did it. We're safe. Now, let us come in here. We're going to upload again. We're going to upload. Choose a file. The safe zone. Now, these are not the most beautifulest maps. I didn't put nice rocks. I didn't put any features on them. But it's what we got because we're fast. We're coming up on an hour and a half. And that's it. An hour and a half on the stream. And we're already got 3 maps. Really fast. Really quick. It doesn't have to take a long time. I mean, I think if you want it to look very pretty, you should take the time. Do what you can. Make it very beautiful. But if you don't have the time, then you don't have the time. It's just the life. And right now, we have to do it in 2 hours. And I think right now, we're almost to like the part where we start to embellish a little bit. We start to get a little bit crazy with it. Or I can be more responsible, I suppose, and like show you important things. Like, you know, how to like actually write things up. Okay, which I will probably do. Alright, so map background. Last background. The safe zone. You can drag it. We got this. We got this. Okay. Here we are. Boom. Safe zone. Magical. Do you feel safer? I know I feel safer. Because this safe zone is gonna be great. Now, I made a promise to everyone at the very beginning. Made one promise. One. And that promise was gnolls. There be gnolls here. Yep. There are gnolls. Lots and lots of gnolls. Well, not lots and lots of gnolls. Oh, that's a lovely art. That is a lovely art for that gnoll. So, from the web, here we go. What kind of gnolls do you have readily available? Those are kind of okay. I think that might be what we have. Yep, we're just going to use some of these. Whoops, I put them on the wrong thing. Now, we go to objects and tokens, and we put gnolls in. Gnolls. Lots of gnolls. Gnolls, gnolls, gnolls. Whoops, what did I do? I put a whole map in there. So, now, gnolls. And now there's a group of gnolls that they can fight. Or talk to. Gnolls don't have to be evil. They can be nice. But, these gnolls saw the lava slide, and they came running over, and they saw caravan, and they raided it. Because we're gnolls, and that's what we do. We raid caravans. You can also, like, tilt your tokens so they're all, like looking towards the cart. You know, for little touches. Now, obviously, the horse is on the ground. Maybe this gnoll is hungry, so he's having some horse. I don't condone the eating of horse heads. Alright, so here we go. There's gnolls. And there it is. Now we have 3 maps. We have an elemental encounter. We can go see the wizard. And we can go fight some gnolls. Now, there's also something you probably have to do. You have the wizard. If they go the wizard way, that probably won't take the whole time. If you have an elemental, and then they go fight gnolls, that's 2 encounters. They'll probably be able to, you know, that'll probably take up a session of new players. Looking around, they'll go through here. They can do that. Now, here's where Dungeon Fog is pretty good. If you decided that you wanted, you know, something. So let's go to the... No. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this the easy way. Well, not the easy way, but the very tricksy way. Now, if you weren't in a time crunch, I would suggest that this be 2 different adventures. So you can either go with the gnolls, or you can go to the wizard. But because I think for this, it's kind of fun to show you what you can do. As a DM. To let your players have choices, but then not let them get so crazy out of the way that, that they lose themselves. Oh my god, I don't have time for you. I need the stone. Give me the stone. Yes, give me the stone. And we have 20 minutes left. I mean, before 9 o'clock. I figured it would be 2.5 hours, probably, to do this. So, I gave myself a little bit more time. Okay, so you had the safe zone. And that has rocks. But, we're a little bit further in now. We're a little bit further in. We have a temple. Like we have a temple thing. We're doing this. We're doing temple things. So we've done the temple things. And with the temple things, what we're going to now do is we're going to build a little mini temple. I would like this to be green, I think. Dark green. Dark green. Dark green. There we go. There's a little bit grass here. So, the lava's over here. And you fought some gnolls. But now, we can do some wall thickness. We'll do 2 and 2. And then, we'll have a floor. And the floor can be something a little bit fancier. And I'll show you some of the fun things you can do with this. So that's the floor. And then the walls will be... it's going to be the same. Let's do the same. Okay, now we have... Look, now we have a building. Now, this is not the most beautiful. Okay, so now we have this. We have this little temple here. And what we can do... But you're like Argok. Argok, I know, you're having so much fun, and you're doing great stuff, but I just don't see how is this gonna work? You haven't done enough. Well, my friends. If I've learned anything from Dungeons and Dragons, it's that a dungeon crawl always takes 1,000,000 years. Oh, hey, Speedy. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm building my temple. Doing some temple work. Putting in a temple for my gnolls. So that we're having fun and stuff. Welcome to the D&D making stream. We've already got 3 maps, and this is our 4th one, and we have about a half hour left, so we're almost ready for an adventure. Clearly, we're so ready. So anyway, it was in horror, my all-time favorite genre of life, which was where? Where are you, horror? I know you're here somewhere. Oh, cosmic horror. Even better. Okay, so, the DM tip. Remember that portal? What? The wizard transports you into the temple, and you start here. If you come from the outside, you come through the door. Yeah. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. There's a big fancy door. It's the only door into the temple. And now, you have a temple. And you have 2 ways in. If you go with the wizard, you go this way. If you go the gnoll route, you go this way. And now, you can dungeon crawl the temple. So, let's go quickly and put in some doors into our temple. So there's regular fantasy doors. And then there is general doors. Which I like, because it makes it a little bit simpler. But you can do it however you like. Pad my door, please. There we go. There's a door. It's a little hard to see. So, actually, since those are a little hard to see... Oh, but I do want these. We need bars. So there's bars into the center room, and you don't really know how to get in there. Other than the bars. Fun puzzle. Figure it out, players. Figure it out. Now, there's that opening, and then I need another opening here. But I think we're going to go to fantasy doors again. And we're going to make the doors a little bit fancier so that they know that they're doors. Sometimes players get confused if they don't know where the doors are. That's the one big tip for the, Oh, wait, but I don't like those. I want them to be a little bit more rustic. What matches my theme? Do these match my theme more? Those are little wooden doors. How about this? There we go. That'll work. Put one of these right here. Okay, so now you have doors. You have doors, and then these are little pipes. And here you are. It's your temple. Now we can go get some items to put in it. What is in this temple? Well, funny you should ask what's in the temple. I believe there are lots of choices. But, oh no, absolutely not. We need something much more exciting. Well, there's a large dragon head in this temple. Or a caged dragon? A caged stone dragon? I don't know. I'm not the DM. You are. You're the one who waited so long. Figure it out. But maybe there's some scale carpeting. It's very lovely. And then some candles that light up the room so very nicely. Let's do a little rotation. There we go. A dragon scale temple. It's craziness. Let's see. This is the dragon throne. There we go. And then, what is that? Dragon eggs? Oh boy. Oh, Speedy, you could do this stuff. It's not that hard. You just go crazy with it. Just go crazy with it. You don't have to make it pretty. It doesn't have to be beautiful. These are not beautiful. We'll get to some more beautiful stuff that I've done, but and then just put do a full 180. There we go. Make it match. Make it not match. Who cares? There we go. Dragon Scale Temple. There you go. Perfect. What I do want, though, is I want a little bit of outdoorsy stuff. Because I think that outdoorsy stuff, it really helps. Actually, is it tropical? Do I have a tropical? I don't. I think Victorian. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a little helped out doing this because I'm used this program before, and I know where some of the stuff is. But, oh look, there's a cart. Too bad I didn't have that one when we were doing the lava. It's okay. We got this. I need trees. Show me trees. Ooh, terrain. Terrain. Water. What kind of water do we have? Water features. Nope, I don't need any water features. I really just want some trees. I want some trees. Trees. I thought they would be out. Oh, it's in the tree section. Well, there we go. Trees. So, remember, a volcano exploded. So, they're probably not the best trees. And what I like to do is I like to kind of put the trees in weird places so they like look like they have little palm puffs on them. I think I like palm puff trees. These are not the trees I usually use, but they're kind of cute. If you want the trees to kind of go over the building, that's fine. You can have them snap to the grid. You can make them kind of weird. Make them little puffy. Puff trees. This one's exceptionally puffy. There we go. A puffy tree. There we go. The puffiest tree. And here you go. Now, you can be the wizard. Come in the temple this way. Come in the temple this way. And you get a little dungeon crawl with the stone dragon. we'll export this. And we're good. We're doing it. We're doing it. This is the temple. Yep. Export away. We're exporting. And now, open up the temple. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta look in my photos here for the temple. We can save it. The saving is the hardest part. Temple saved. Saved temple. Now, we're going back to here. This was also a 25 by 25. Don't worry, Speedy. I've been doing it a long time. You'd be fine. You would be able to DM. I promise. You need to have people around you that are, can help. It is hard to do alone. It's hard to do alone the first time. I promise. But it gets better every time. It gets easier every time. And you get more comfortable. And you also remember to put your titles on your maps so that you look like a professional. Okay, and don't worry, Speedy. I didn't make all of these maps. These maps came pre-generated because I wanted to see what this map pack looked like. Their maps are very beautiful. They hand draw them. Mine are made on Sweet Sweet Dungeon Forge. Okay, save settings. Good, we're good here. Now, let us go. And my library. Let's upload our last map, our temple map. Temple. Open. And we will wait. But what did you DM D&D, Speedy, or did you do something different? Did you do something? I always suggest, if I'm being honest, that you don't start running a game of D&D. D&D has a lot of rules and players who are fairly experienced, so it makes it even more daunting. That's why my DMing experiences usually started with see, D&D's tough. That's why I enjoy Call of Cthulhu, and why I think that people who play and want to try DMing, although one of my players actually this month, which is why I have kind of the month off, is actually doing a guest adventure. I actually like my players to guest one adventure in their lifetime so that they can see how to DM and see if they like it. And I can be there, I help them, I show them things. Uh-oh, what did I do? Did I make this map? Oh, I didn't make it. Okay, whew. I was like, it's 25 by 25. I tried so hard. Okay, now we have a temple. Boom, temple. We're here. We're in the temple. Object tokens. Well, obviously, we need more gnolls because their gnolls are outside. So we're not using any of my fancy tokens, but I will go over a token tutorial very quickly. But yeah, Speedy, I suggest that you try things like, oh, where did you come from? You were fluffy and cute. I want you. I want you. I want you. And I want you. And I want this white one. Okay, so these ones are guarding the temple. They're outside the temple because they're gnolls. And they weren't raiding the caravans because they're by the temple. Because maybe this dragon temple... Now, could you use kobolds? Because it makes more sense? You could. But I'm a gnoll, so I'm going to use gnolls. Maybe these gnolls worship dragons. You know what? You guys, get off my back. Maybe I'll add some kobolds too. If I can find them. Oh, see, aren't those cute? Those are so cute. The web ones are not very good. So maybe we won't add any kobolds. I mean, I could add oh, wait, what is this? Free assets. I like free assets. Free assets? Okay, so it's free. So let's add some kobolds. Those are, oh god, they're so wide. Why did you make my kobolds so wide? It's fine. Oh, because they're supposed to be tiny. Okay, I can resize them. If you hold down Alt and resize them, you can resize them. So now I have some tiny kobolds. Will they snap to the center? No, they snap to the corner. That's fine. So now look, kobolds. Hooray! So now there's 2 kobolds. Because dragons. Get off my back, people. Get off my back. I know kobolds love dragons. But gnolls love dragons too. Hint, hint. Anyway, let's keep going. So, there's some kobolds and some gnolls. You'd have to get into the temple this way. If you bamf with the wizard, then you get a real surprise. Oh, that was fun. That was a fun encounter. My blood oozes. The blood wizard. Oh, I love my blood wizard. Anyway, that's not important. Do we have a... Oh, I think a gelanistic cube is a little aggressive for level 1, but... Are we? Do you have the white background around you? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to make my life sad? Oh, you're just not gonna... You're not gonna let me have it. Okay, well... This one? How about this one? There we go. Yeah. What is this? Who knows? It's an ooze. So, it's here. If you come in through the wizard way, maybe you get attacked by an ooze. Or maybe it's just ooze on the floor. Your world is your oyster. Oh, wait. I need more. Let's see if we can get a dragon. Oh, my tokens are so much different than what. Okay. Oh, those are player's handbook dragons. Oh, so I have some things because of purchases, but we could just add a. Do you want your players to fight a dragon? Oh, that one. Nope. No white boxes, thank you. You want to get the ones that don't have white boxes. They tend to look better. But if you got what you got, a pile of gold. Well, that's nice. My players would appreciate a pile of gold, but I'm not that nice to give them free gold that early. Okay, you know what? No dragon. No dragon. It's fine. We'll have an ooze. So, if your players can get through an ooze, a fire elemental, 7 kobolds, or 7 gnolls, 2 kobolds, and a wizard all in one session, amen to you, my friend. Amen to you. So, let's recap, because I think we've completed our quest, at least right now. We'll get to the next part. We have 6 minutes, and I'm pretty much there, and then we'll do some like fun stuff. But so we have a lava slide. We were traveling so very nicely on a path before with our MacGuffin, whatever our MacGuffin is. I let you decide because you're the DM. And we go through, and what? The earth underneath us starts to shake. There's a volcanic eruption under our feet, and the rock starts to slide. We are now literally surfing on a volcanic eruption of lava because it's fantasy, and that's how we roll. And you have the cart. The MacGuffin is in here. And what happens as the MacGuffin is coming down? Well, obviously, because if you're on a friggin' lava, then there's a big fire elemental. And the fire elemental climbs out and is trying to steal the MacGuffin out of the cart as you careen down the side of this mountain on this lava slide. You then have to fight the monster or run. You get to pick. You know, obviously, you pick because you're playing D&D. So then, do you run towards the purple light or do you run towards what you think looks like safe ground? If you run towards the purple light, you go this way and you find yourself in more fire. But there's a wizard, and he's there with some type of portal. There's also treasure chests that you can loot. You can figure out how to get to him. If you didn't kill the fire elemental, maybe he follows you. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just goes after the MacGuffin. It's really up to you, because you're the DM. Now, after you meet the wizard, if you meet the wizard, you could possibly go to the temple. And then you go and you face the ooze. And you're in the ooze with the temple, and the dragons, and the kobolds, and the gnolls outside. And then you have to investigate the stone dragon, which, by the way, is probably very cool, and you should probably look at it, because probably it has some ancient lore about it. You can write it, okay? I mean, it's your fault that you started 2 hours before your session, and you didn't do anything. I'm not going to write the dragon lore for you, but there is a throne. Maybe there's someone sitting in the throne. You could put some in there. We have time. Let's see. Do we have anything fun? Now, I just picked a lich. We don't have to go with a lich, per se. Oh, a lich? And it's from the web? Absolutely. We put a lich in the chair. Now there's a lich. Hey, level 1, baby. You meet a lich in the dragon tomb. Maybe he's the dragon master. Maybe he's trapped. Maybe he wants his dragon freed. Who knows? There's so many plot twists. This is just Adventure 1, people. And then, anyway, let's say you didn't go with the wizard and talk to the lich right away. You go to the safe zone. Then you encounter, oh my goodness, another cart with more horses and more men that have been destroyed by powerful gnolls. Get wrecked, guys. Or don't get wrecked. Fight the gnolls. Run. Maybe you end up at the temple. Maybe you end back up in the fire because the gnolls look too scary and you want to go meet the wizard. That's also an option. You go all the way back. And then, if you beat the gnolls, you end up at the front of the temple again. So either way, you end up in this temple with this lich. And there you go. Session 1. That should definitely take an adventuring party at least 4 hours, which is my normal session. So, there we go. In 2 hours, I put together a session. Now, what do you need? Now, this is where Roll20 and the compendiums come in handy, because if you need gnolls, you type in gnoll, and boom, gnoll. You can get all the stats. Here we go. Now, I bought these books, so this is not free if you do it this way. The thing about D&D is eventually you're going to need the stats. So either you have to find them online for free, which you probably shouldn't do because you should probably pay Wizards something to play their game, but I know how life is. But if you buy the compendium, you have them right here. So I can just pop this out right here like this. It's a little pop out, and then you can go later and be like, hey, look, here's my Knoll. And you can close it when you kill them all. But you would never kill Knolls because that's just terrible. Or, you know, you can do lots of other things too. It's really up to you. So that's where Knolls. Maybe I need an ooze. Gray ooze. Gray oozes are pretty good. But you go down here, you can check a challenge rating. A challenge rating of 1/2. There you go. It's a gray ooze. 1/2 challenge rating. Great for a level 1 party that just fought a fire elemental. Or a baby fire elemental. Fire elemental. Now that's tough. So what are we going to do for that? Let's see if we can do something fire related. Now, also what I like to do. So here's a fire elemental. This is pretty powerful. It's for a challenge rating 5. You don't want your players to fight that. But maybe, oh gosh, these all seem pretty bad. Oh, Fire Fist Minotaur. You're even more powerful than a fire elemental. Fire Snake. Here you go, challenge rating of 1. So, what you can do, also helpful DM tip, you can use the flavor of whatever you want, and then be like, use the stats for a fire snake. So, the fire snake, you're actually doing that for the fire elemental. It has fire abilities. They're not going to know the difference. Just say, it's a fire elemental. If they ask, what is it? It's a fire elemental. This is actually elemental, so lucky me, I'm pretty good. But you have options. You don't have to use, you know, the monsters the way they're written. You can make and use the fire snake or this fire spirit and... Oh, that's a fox. That's too cute. You can't kill that. Never mind. You're not allowed to touch the fox spirit. But you can use this fire snake or the giant fire beetle. You can use these things. This is a challenge rating of 0. I wouldn't use this. It's not very powerful. But you could use these stats and then call it something different. No one's going to stop you. It's your game. You know, they don't know. People don't know. I mean, if people know and want a metagame, then they're just rude. They're just rude. Don't let them do that. So, anyway, you can go in here. You can pick your things. We already have them all listed out. And there you go. There's a session in 2 hours, everyone. Right on the money. At least from when I went live. So, 2 hours. 1 session. Congratulations, Argok. We did it. We completed a whole D&D session in 2 hours. With lore. And lots of plot hooks. What is the wizard doing? What does the lich and the dragon want? Does the MacGuffin get stolen? And what do you do with it? I mean, eventually you're going to have to sit down and plan. You can't do every adventure in 2 hours. But if you're ever tied for time, you can do it. It's not that hard. You just have to, you know. I mean, to be fair, I have done this a lot, so I have a little bit of an advantage. But, you know, you can do it. Now, you've seen this. I want to show you a few other things that are kind of nifty. One is this down here. This is Token Tool. I think this is pretty fantastic. I really like it. You can take any picture you want, and you just move it around, and you can make a token of it. If you go, you can go File, and Save As, and then you can save a picture. I have a bunch of them. You know, I use these obviously only for personal use, and I didn't want to use them for the stream, because it's art of people that I don't really have credits for, and I feel a little bad about it sometimes. But I try to find it when I can. But if you need a token, and for your personal game, and you're not using it, then it's probably okay. And if people say that's cool art, usually what I do is I send them the file, and it usually has, you know, the name attached, or I tell them where I got it, so that they can go look at the artist, and, you know, appreciate their other stuff. But this is Token Tool, and you can make it bigger. You know, this lady has a dragon behind her, that's pretty cool. Or maybe it's just an old lady at the shopkeep, who knows? However you like it. And then you have some different, like, things you can do. There's some nice little styles and stuff you can do, this and some of these. You know, you kind of play around with it. There's a lot of different things you can make for your tokens. And, you know, it's kind of cool. I appreciate this. This is how I do most of my tokens for my people. Is Token Tool. It's very underrated, but very nice. And I appreciate it. It's great also for Roll20. It's a great feature. It's not Roll20, actually. It's a different thing, but it's a great way to kind of make tokens for your Roll20. Now, I don't know if anyone's actually interested, but I'm going to show you one of my things. So we've gone through this, and we didn't need Google, but now, so we're going to we can exit the game, and when we exit the game, it'll save. And everything that we've done will be there when we come back. It's told me thank you for playing Argok's stream game. And that's what we did. We can go home. Back to the home page. And it will... Oop. Should load my game. Okay. So here's the stream game. Now, this is my big one. I'm gonna give you some... I'm gonna show you some of the things that Argok does that are a little bit more fancy. Now, you know, and how you can use this program a little bit more. Now, this is not a tutorial on Roll20, but I can show you a few more things on this, just for fun, because we completed our task, so we get the reward of looking through Argok's stuff, I guess. This one will take a little longer to load, and this has, like, things. So, this map I did not make. This map I found. It's a great one. It's an arena map. And here we have some Warforged. They had an epic battle in the center here in this arena. My players. You know, we have a Leonin. We have a character. She's a rogue. Arcane Trickster. And so these are like the tokens. This is one of the character's sisters. Who's obviously in love with a Leonin, by the way. Look at him. Look at him. He is so boof. He is so boof and beautiful. Why would you not be in love with him? Anyway, but, so they were fighting, and obviously in the arena, and things went smashingly for the party. Someone made a lot of bet money, and the DM lost his shirt in a lot of ways. It was very sad, but it was good. The players had a lot of fun. Some of the other things that are good. So here we have one of my more fun maps, where I built this one, and this one is in hell. You know, because the sins of others, they always have to be in hell. This is their hell base, where they can go and hang out if they get tired with their little minion friend. And this is their hell base. It's kind of fun. There's also some secret doors they haven't seen yet. They haven't seen past this door here and this door here. So one of the good things you can see is that when you go rejoin as a player, oh no, I'm going to go to the wrong map. I'm going to go to the arena map, so that's not good. We're going to rejoin as the GM. Very important when you're playing with Roll20. Again, you want to make sure to move your little, move your thing here. Move this. Now, this map I also didn't do, but I really love it. And this is where they're going to go. So, they have been, oh no, I don't want to put them there, because then they'll find out the secrets. So, they went to hell. And you can also archive things. So I have a 52 map archive with all of these things that we've been to, all these maps, great vaults, temples, the high order school, all these things. You can archive them, and if you need them, they'll come back, but they don't have to clutter up your space. So it's very nice. So this is what we have. I've had 52 maps on here, so I've had some experience making maps. This one is not my map though. This one I love though. I love the aesthetic of this, and I'm very excited for them to have to go and do this. But this map is very cool. I'll have to find it. It's basically they're siphoning the energy off of a dead dragon in like a weird neo-Japanese like sci-fi thing. Oh, it's so cool. This map is so great. I closed Dungeon Forge. Now I feel terrible because I didn't shout out who made it. I'm gonna go and look it up because. Please, don't let me when I type dungeon into the search history be bad. It's not. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be good. Okay. So now we can go to my recent maps. Let's go to see all my maps. Let's go to look at my maps. Anyway, so as I'm looking at this to try to figure out what the actual map is, if anybody wants it, because it's pretty cool. That's pretty much Roll20. That's pretty much what we've got going on here. Thorn Deep Laboratory Facility. That's a very good map. It's fantastic. It's done by Red Zeppelin here. He did a very good job. I love it. So that's a shout out to him. Obviously you're probably not watching, but if you were and you ever hear about this, your map is amazing and I love it. And I can't wait to be in it and do all my sciencey stuff in it. It's great. You're great. I appreciate you. Anyway, so that's Roll20. That's the beauty of Roll20 and of D&D. And everything fun that goes on when you play D&D and make maps, or when you procrastinate. And sometimes you come up with cool stuff. Sometimes you come up with garbage stuff. Sometimes your adventures just aren't good. It's fine. You'll make it up in the next one. you know, sometimes you go to a company and you peruse the many very nice items and see where things are going. And you look at the cool technology in your fancy fantasy steampunk city. And other times, you find gnolls. But I do have to say, now, this does have a little bit of a sentimental thing for Argok, because this campaign is where Argok appeared for the first time. Before he was this. Before he was a Sona. And a character on the internet. He was an NPC in this game. And he was found... Where was he? Let's see if I can find it. He was in the temple. Oh my goodness, I don't think I'll find it. Is this it? This might be it. Oh, no, the level 7. Okay, no, he was level 1. Let's go to the archive. Did I put a level 1 on it? I might have. I might not have. I think I did. I think I was smart enough. Maybe I wasn't smart enough. Argok was pretty silly. The mummy room. Yes. Yes. So, this is where Argok appeared. This was Argok. Right here. Before he was Argok, he was this beautiful gnoll. Right here. Right here. Yep. This was... Obviously, this is not my art. And this is beautiful art, by the way. But, this was the first room that you ever saw Argok. This is his origin story. And then, the party, he was unconscious, and the party took him with them and used him to disable at least 3 traps. So, he survived, barely. And now he's Argok, that you know today. So, anyway, little Argok history lesson about Argok and where he came from. He came from a D&D campaign. He was an NPC that I was going to throw away. I assumed they'd just kill him and be like, "Nope, no Flint, leader, get him out of here. Kill him." But his charming personality got him into the dungeon and then eventually into the hearts of millions. Or 5. Who knows? I really can't tell. But anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you for coming here to the stream where we did Argok things and we did some dungeons. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too.